Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander at TFW, and I'm joined this week by the ducktail, a woohoo boy himself who's not a duck. It's Mikey G. Wolfie 3. Hello, Mikey.
I'm speaking to you from inside a tornado.
Literally?
Not actually kidding.
It's
incredibly bad weather, like big storm.
This is why the UK is superior, because we don't live on we live on a small island, I suppose, but not a tiny
No, what
tiny
happens
island.
is we break the worst storms and they don't get to you.
I know, it's really generous of you.
Unless you live on the coast.
I live fairly
South
close to the coast, but I live on the other side of the country, so any bad weather that comes from your direction is gone.
All of it.
Yeah, it's all gone by that point. It's great.
Yeah, but
East
you
is
also
the best.
live around the north in England, which is kind of like saying, I don't know, you live in the most urban of trash heaps.
Oh, son, you came from Portsmouth. Let's
Yeah,
not
totally.
point fingers at trash heaps now. Jesus, you lived on Gotham Island. This was discussed. They only have bridges into Portsmouth. They don't have bridges out.
Technically, that is true.
Yep. Joker just needs to blow up those bridges and then you'd have been trapped in there forever.
The weird thing is the relationship between people who live in Portsmouth, or Pompies as they call themselves, and people on the Isle of Wight, or inbred scum as they are called by the Pompies.
Yeah.
Because there's this weird thing of just like, that's where all the weirdos went. And I've been to the Isle of Wight and I'm just like, this is lovely. Nice. Look, trees, hills, people smiling. Look, he's smiling at me as I'm walking down the street. He doesn't have a knife.
Maybe
He's
that's
just
why
being
they
friendly.
don't like him.
They've got a Toy Master there. An old Toy Master
What?
that's never been restocked. But it's still open.
How's it still open if it's never been restocked? What do they have?
Well, last time I was in there, they had some Transformers Energon toys.
What is it? How's the store open?
And, like, they had Toy Master stickers, so this wasn't secondhand.
Oh my god.
But the guys inside are really friendly.
Oh, well, that's good. Maybe they're just doing it for the joy of running a toy shop, I guess. Because it doesn't sound like they're selling
these
stuff.
toys, and by God, we are not closing until every single one has been shipped out.
Or I'm dead.
Whichever happens first.
Yeah, one of these things will happen. My death or the store will just implode. Or we'll sell stuff, so... well, Mr. Mikey, we are pretty barren on the news front this week. More barren than most weeks, I suppose. But, that
We're
can
basically
happen.
the Sahara of news.
Yes, but we do have a very small amount. So we may as well kick it off with Mech Fans Toys MS25 Flywheel. Not who you think.
That was risky.
It was risky.
That's a risky name.
and will make people sad who think it's Flywheels. With an
I
S
just
in
like
end.
the
It's
fact
not.
that like we're getting to the stage where third-party names are just Hasbro name but with no S.
Yes, but it's a different character. It's Trax who it's on, so it's fine.
I think it still counts towards
Nah.
the legality copyright thing. I'm
it's-
fairly certain.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly legal.
Transforming robot with the name Flywheel?
Don't worry about it.
Actually, no, they don't own Flywheels anymore, do they?
I can't. No.
Because he got
don't
renamed. He's Skytread.
Oh,
So
well, that's the
who
thing.
Who owns Flywheels?
Well, probably not Mech Fans Toys, I would imagine. I'd be
Someone find
surprised
this
if they did. Mikey, you're smart. You figure this stuff out.
No.
Mr. Legal Lad. But yeah, this is a Legend Scale G1 Trax. Because that seems to be what Mech Fans Toys have kind of drifted into. So if you're in the market for a Legend Scale G1 Trax who looks very masterpiecey, just small, then this might be the thing for you. He can go into his weird plane mode, or his normal car mode, or his normal robot mode. You may think this is a deluxe figure, or bigger, but do not forget, the story says, this is a Legend Scale toy.
I'll alert the media.
Da-da-dum.
We are the media.
There is no date for its release or its pricing yet, but I would imagine its pricing will probably be, I would guess, around the same price as most of their Legend Scale toys are, but I could be wrong. It might be a little bit more just because it has that third mode. Mikey!
Andy,
I know that...
And Andy,
Yeah, what?
third mode.
Well, you know.
He sticks his arms out.
And his wings.
So basically, he half transforms.
Yeah.
There was no engineering in there for that.
No, I know. Third
So
mode.
don't be pulling that. Don't be giving them ideas.
I was gonna say this is the businessman in me. He's got a third mode. He's a triple changer.
This is like where everyone said, like, Primus, look at his spaceship mode. And I was just like, he's lying down. Pay extra!
It was in my mind what, you know G1 Prime? You know how you could, in truck mode, you could lift his legs up around his knees? I was like, he's Power Master Prime.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was like, ooh, I could make him a combiner. That's a third mode. I did try and do a, what was his name? Puzzler-style Autobot. Obviously, I had to balance him on the ground like he was a splayed open corpse because there's no way he could stand. But I just got Transformers and mistransformed them into this like amalgamation of what I would hope a transforming, combining Optimus Prime and Autobots would be. Who knew years later we'd get that? Not how I wanted, but we'd get that.
True.
Yeah. Mikey, I know for a fact that you love tracks deep down in your soul, in your dark, dank, broken soul, and he's your favorite Transformer. So does this tempt you into buying him, as I know you love the little robots?
This feels like a setup, but I don't know how to respond.
A setup for what? Do you think I've laid a trap for you?
Like, I can see the trap card, I just don't know if it's like, the card's face down, so I'm like, yeah, I know what spot it's in, I'm just like...
I reveal Exodia!
Every time in that bloody show, someone would put a card down, and then a turn later, someone would attack, and you've activated my trap! Your trap! Who could have foreseen?
Oh no, I activate my trap from you activating your trap, so your trap's nullified. Oh wait, I have a special ability on my card which nullifies your trap, which means that my trap still comes through!
You have a show with giant monsters beating the shit out of each other, and you take that concept and make it as boring as possible.
You know the thing that really annoyed me about, especially the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh, was the fact that none of their cards had any details on them. So a trap card was just a picture, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
That'd be great.
You could be lying.
I brought out this card.
What's it do?
It's pink, so it's a trap, right?
It's got a circle on it, which could be a black hole. So I take all of your cards away? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Walks over, picks up the deck, and goes, I'm taking your cards, and I'm going home.
You remember how they all went to an island to do card battles? That was weird.
Remember how they never realized that they were fighting for their lives half the time until, like, the end of the fucking series?
Yeah, don't worry about that.
And then every show did the same thing until it was just like, oh yeah, the monsters are real somewhere. I was just they had cards that were freaking gods that when they used them nearly killed them, and it was just like, still a game. It's a game. No one can be harmed in this game. You killed a man. He's dead.
Stargate and Yu-Gi-Oh taught us that you should never underestimate the Egyptians. There's some hokey bullshit going on. Hokey bullshit. God damn. Space aliens and card monster gods.
Jesus. So Trax, yeah, he's
Trax,
fine.
Yeah.
Very shiny. Very shiny. I don't know. Like, not the right Trax. The right Trax is red Trax. Road Rage.
Yes.
But, I don't know, I'm just not particularly interested.
Do you think he looks similar? Like, because I don't have the Masterpiece, I can't really judge 100%. Does he look, to me, as a person that doesn't own it, it looks like a Masterpiece. It looks like a scaled down Masterpiece, but I could easily be wrong.
Doesn't have the same waist, the skinny waist that he's got.
Okay, I'll have to take your word on it, because I really can't remember.
I just think it looks like a Trax show model kind of thing.
It does.
So... And it's not a deluxe. Apparently that was important.
Yes, no, that is true. I'm, as I've said many times before, I'll probably say off my dying deathbed when they're asking, "What do you see a light?" I'll be like, "I always preferred season 3 characters' designs. The vehicles were more interesting." That's the sound of my organs coming out of my mouth because I died from some horrible disease. Your concern is noted, Mikey. Thank you. I really hope you're not a physician in the future, I can tell you that much. He's vomiting up his organs, Doctor. Just push him back in.
Just holding up a scalpel and like holding up like a blowtorch.
No, Doctor, not this time. You were sued last time you did that. I thought you were gonna say you had a giant like wooden fist that goes up to a forearm, all made of wood, and you just use that to push the organs back in. Go on.
And Andy splinters.
That's true. Wow,
Common sense.
I was expecting it to be like smoothed out and like varnished and everything. Yeah, exactly. Mikey, why don't you take us on to what I'm hoping you're going to tell me you have translated information for?
I do, yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah!
I checked for 5 seconds.
Woo!
So Takara Tomi's latest Legends X toy, the blue repaint of Big Convoy, named Blue Big Convoy, has the comic for it has come out. Now the toy, I've seen it. It's basically kind of a weird off blue version of Big Convoy. I don't particularly think it looks good.
It is all blue practically, so it is a little bit visually dull.
But the comic is again a Sakamoto one, but it's one of his more serious ones. So it's just like let's see. So Blue Big Convoy must teach the meaning of convoy to his son.
Yay!
I think it's implying he is Big Convoy's big daddy.
Except blue.
Oh! I've just read ahead.
Oh.
You're gonna like this.
Right.
In a future beyond the 21st century, Cybertron has turned into a technocratic world thanks to Optimus Primal and its rebirth via Vector Sigma. There are several convoy-type transformers who are now acting as the planet's guardians and pattern themselves after Optimus Primal, which is why you have Lio Convoy and the Convoy Council. One of the number, Blue Big Convoy, renounces the notion that convoys are special and refuses to be part of the Convoy Council, who he accuses of overindulging in the power of their energon matrices. They're just getting high. He tells his son, Big Junior, that while he believes peace between Maximals and Predacons is the only way forward, said peace will someday end with the special treatment afforded by convoys, which will trigger an uprising by those seeking equality. Basically, it's every G1 continuity lately. Blue Big Convoy and Big Junior fight together in many a battle in defense of peace until one day Blue Big is struck down, protecting his son from mysterious energy seekers. I believe they're fusors of some sort.
Looks like it.
They're Blentrons.
Potato, really.
Yeah. When Junior despairingly asks why it came to this, his father responds that it's because he's a convoy. A convoy is nothing special, merely someone who fights to protect others. Before passing away, he asks Junior to take his left arm to replace his own damaged one.
What?
And then dubs him Big Convoy. Would that be Brown Big Convoy?
I guess. But, I mean, does he then just get his arm repainted so it's not blue?
Oh, man. That would be, like, I want this to be a continuity where he just has a blue arm the entire time. I want to customize this. I want to get both toys. Because they've both been released recently.
I was going to ask if you would, when saying that, if you'd want to buy both. But, that's cool.
Recognition of his son's ability to protect others, witnessing his father's death because of him leads Big Convoy to adopt the lone wolf nature, unwilling to fight alongside anyone because he doesn't want them to be hurt. Sometime later, when Big Convoy is older and is skipping out on Survive's instructions, because that's Big Convoy really, which is why he's better than most Japanese leaders, Vector Sigma summons Great Convoy to tell him the mysterious enemies were likely searching for Unicron. Expecting a new war to break out, the computer announces it will prepare for the upcoming chaos by remechanizing Cybertron, which is also explaining why in this weird future thing now, because now it's saying that Beast Wars 2nd and Beast Wars Neo weren't concurrent with Beast Wars, they were after.
Yes.
Yeah, which goes against the IDW stuff, but it asks Great Convoy to focus on educating new recruits, and we see that new recruits are of course going to be Big Convoy's crew, leading to him becoming a surly, unwilling mentor to a bunch of yobs.
Yay! Is it weird that Cybertron just decides to reformat itself from this utopian kind of organic, techno-organic piece which it was searching for into just, now we're metal again?
Well, that Optimus Primal gave his life so that others may live in this perfect world, and they just said, nah!
Fuck you!
But yeah, he did repaint the arm by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, there's disrespect for your dad right there.
I've never in my life wondered if Big Convoy had another name.
And now you do.
His name is Big Junior.
Yeah.
So because this is Japanese fiction, there was presumably a Mama Convoy.
I can't remember in Japanese continuity how new Transformer Sparks are made.
No, I'm just like, okay, so it's weird. There's many weird. Like, I'm thinking of the weird mangas and stuff that came out around Beast Wars Neo.
Like with Death's Door having a wife and child
Yeah,
kind of idea.
or like some of the Beast stuff. Yeah. Because the Beast Wars Neo manga had like everyone, or at least a lot of people being like, "Oh, they're Transformers, but they're animals that were infected with Energon."
Oh, what?
Or Angolmos energy. Like Big Convoy was literally a mammoth.
From where?
From a space mammoth. From space.
he was a space mammoth.
Yeah, and then he got infected with Angolmos. He turned into Big Convoy, and at the end of the manga,
Right.
oh, I remember this. At the end of the manga, what did I just want to get to the actual quote? He is in a big fight. He dies, but his spark is recycled by Heinrad, because Heinrad's a time traveling nut job, remember? And he's actually put back into a mammoth, without any memory of what happened.
Do you think Sakamoto had a harder job of sticking all these continuities together than John Barber did sticking together the IDW continuity? Because at least with the IDW continuity, there was some logic to it. With the Japanese continuity, it's just fucking
Magmatron
whatever.
is also like a revived animal. He is a Giganotosaurus fused with a Quetzalcoatlus and a Elasmosaurus. But they were actually dinosaurs.
Even the Quetzalcoatl.
Apparently.
That's not a dinosaur, though.
No, it's not, but apparently it's listed one is here. Neither is the Elasmosaurus, but I'm not being that guy. Why you gotta be that guy, Andy? I wasn't being that guy. I'm the one with the right to be that guy.
Which one's the Elasmosaurus? Is that the fish one or the hardhead one? The T-Rex thing. Okay, the fish one. Cool.
But
I was asking not only for me, but for the other people as well, because there might be some people out there like, what the fuck's Mikey talking about?
Also, the Blue Big Convoy toy is listed as a Big Convoy toy on the TF Wiki page.
Oh,
and
I also got to throw out there, I would have preferred him to be called Big Blue Convoy.
Oh, man.
Because I don't think Blue Big Convoy sounds quite right. I know why, because he's Big Convoy but blue. But Big Blue Convoy just seems, at least in my head, just sounds like it works better, right?
Yeah, but there's also, like, I now want the one that came out recently, that's just a straight Big Convoy. I want that, the anime colored one. I just want that to be renamed Big Junior.
Yeah, well, there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, but, I mean, I do, apparently that didn't suffer from any of the QC issues the last few reissues did.
Oh, that's good at least, yeah, because what were the previous ones that did?
It was the Encore series, I'll just double check, because one was the RID Prime.
Oh, yeah, and Magnus.
Roboto.
Yeah, it would have been Prime and Magnus, I think, were the last ones before Big Convoy, right?
The Godfire Convoy, Returns Convoy, the Unicron, which I didn't hear. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about. Returns was a repaint of the I'm a Optimus Primal with a butt behind my head.
Oh, that one, okay, yeah.
But I heard there was some QC stuff with that as well.
I wonder if it was just that era of Transformers for some reason that they were remaking, and it just because I mean that Optimus Primal came out around the same time as the God Magnus and whatnot, so maybe it's something to do with that time period. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Maybe not. Shall I move us on, Mikey?
Please do.
Sure. Last bit of news. We're already there.
No, we're not. We've got more.
Yeah, I've got my last bit of news, which is
I filled out nonsense.
Yeah, should we leave the guest till last, or do you want to talk about your, or do you want to do your stuff last? It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do mine now, just because most of it's short.
Sure.
I've actually got 3 stories.
Oh.
So first of all, there was a quick interview done with, what was the website? Doom Rocket. With John Barr, with Brian Ruckley and Angel Hernandez, because John also did something separate, which looked into what they're going to be doing for the upcoming Transformers comic, which is being released on Wednesday, issue 1. Remember, it's going to be bi-monthly for a while, so we won't be touching on it probably till close to the end of the month.
Yeah.
And it's just discussing their take on the comics, the usual kind of stuff, and what do you think makes a great bit of work and everything else. Most of it is fairly faff, I have to admit. We do get a couple of preview pages as well of Optimus and Megatron, which does hint that there might be some decent stuff going on in this continuity early on. Although it's very distracting that they've done a direct translation of the Siege designs, including the weapons ports.
Really?
Which is, Yeah, so Megatron's got holes all down his arms and legs.
That's interesting.
But one thing that sort of stood out to me, just because he gave an answer I wasn't expecting, like, can you point out any exemplary Transformers storytelling? So the artist started listing, Lost Light, Unicron, Till All Are One, More Than Meets the Eye. Oh my god, it's so brilliant. He's basically talking like he did research onto the IDW comics, right? The writer said, like, we've all got a soft spot for robots in the skies more than meets the eye, but I've got to point to Transformers Prime and Cyberverse.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay, you've seen stuff that wasn't in the comics. I'm a little curious now. Like, it's all, like, having someone not reference, exemplary storytelling, G1, the comics that everyone knows about that I had to read for my job. You don't have to watch Prime to write the comics.
You should.
Certainly don't have to watch Cyberverse.
Yeah, should.
So that's on there. It's quite a lengthy one, but like I said, it's mostly pre-release stuff. Transmissions also did an audio interview with the writer, whose name is escaping me, Brian Ruckley again. So check that out if you want, guys. It's their stuff is usually pretty good. I'm not sure if it's behind a Patreon wall or not. Haven't actually checked. Haven't had a chance to listen, but so I hope that should be nice and entertaining. There was also a repaint revealed from Japan. So that's the 7-Eleven Japanese exclusive Nemesis Prime, using their new mold, but entirely using the engineering of the Age of Extinction Voyager Optimus Prime, the upscaled leader. So he's done up as a Nemesis Prime color scheme.
All right.
Looks like Nemesis.
Yeah.
And lastly from me, this came out a couple of days ago. Prime Wars Trilogy is now streaming on Rooster Teeth.
Yay!
So after the rather sudden closing of Machinima's YouTube, obviously the three shows disappeared. They are now up on roosterteeth.com. I believe they're available without subscription, so they're freely available. You'll probably see a few ads, but they were apparently transferred over there because Machinima was owned by WB, right?
Warner Brothers, WB.
Yeah, when that got Machinima got absorbed into another holding company, and now Rooster Teeth, which is also under the WB label, so it's been switched over there. It also is really saying to me, like, it's very, 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 very likely that the Siege cartoon was already in the works before with Machinima, before Machinima died.
Oh, so what you're saying is there's no hope.
I have some hope because Netflix budget, the production team is different, even if none of the creative team is.
Right.
Or at least, like, the main individual in the creative team isn't, which is kind of what I think is the big problem. And one of the writers wrote in Combiner Wars, and one of the writers wrote a comic I hate. So, I really wish the Rooster Teeth writing and creative team were a bit more directly involved.
Maybe the next one that they do on their own?
Maybe.
If
Like,
they
if
get
the next
to
one
do
is
one?
like, like story Bible made by Grey Haddock, I'm all up for that, because that man knows how to make a show. But yeah. To be fair, you'll probably get better voice direction this time, because they'll be using their own voice directors, who, unlike the Machinima ones, apparently have an understanding of what basic human feeling sounds like. But yeah. Still, like, with Polygon involved as well. I was chatting to Chris about it, and he's like, Polygon, he did Prime, and I'm just like, you haven't seen the recent stuff.
Oh, Chris, no!
But he was like, and then he was like, well, they did Cyberverse, didn't they? No, Boulder did Cyberverse.
They did R.I.D.
They did R.I.D. And he was like, R.I.D. looked okay. Yeah,
did it?
Okay. And then they were followed. Then I listed off the shows afterwards. They said, I haven't seen any of those. Good.
Knights of Sidonia, recommended. Highly recommend these things, he said sarcastically. No one could tell.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're out there, guys. Piece of media is out there. It's still no physical release, but do you really want one? I was reading through a thread, and a lot of people were really defending it all of a sudden.
Defending what, sorry? Machinima, the Machinima stuff?
Yeah.
Really? What were they saying to defend it by just interest?
I like it, therefore it's actually good.
Okay, that's not how it
including
works.
I saw one great one, which was like, actually, if you look at comments and pages, clearly people who don't waste their money on toys actually ended up liking this show. And I was like, Are those the guys who said, "Oh, I remember Soundwave," and then just went, "Ooh, nostalgia"? Because I saw a lot of that, and then I asked people later on, because people I knew were watching it, just like, "Oh, nostalgia," and then I said, "So what did you actually think about it? Now you've gone without nostalgia." I don't really remember it. That's probably for the best,
Probably.
because objectively, it's quite a poorly made trilogy.
Yeah.
Which
People
not
can like
really,
it, but it doesn't mean it's good.
it doesn't really get better as it goes on. It just gets bad in different ways.
It gets longer as well,
Yeah, it does.
which is weird.
Hey, combiners, Andy. Victorian loses an arm and doesn't even blink.
Nah.
That's not a person.
Nah.
Oh, it's...
To be fair, though, they were never separate from each other, so I guess they weren't a person.
True. I'm just thinking of, like, the Predaking and Volcanicus chasing Megatron's team, but
Oh, I never
for
saw
some
that.
reason,
No.
for some reason, they're running together, because for 5 seconds they were like they were going to fight, and they didn't. But, like, Predaking's in front, and he's zombie running.
Mm.
So he has his arms stretched out in front of him, dead still, and hands are open. He's just like running like that,
Hmm.
and like I think he was going. "Roar."
Oh, no.
And then there was a bit where he tries to fly with his teeny tiny dive bomb wings,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hilarious for reasons that were not intended. Oh, don't watch that show, Andy. It's really very bad.
No, I don't plan to. I've got other better things I'd rather watch, to be honest.
Mm. Anyway, so that's the news I found in the desperation of trying to expand this show a bit.
Just a little soupçon, as they say.
Soupçon.
Well, let me end off the show, at least Transformer news-wise, with more guests for TFCon.
I'm going. Well, you do this, but I'm going to their website and I am doing a fucking count.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know how many are going at this point, just because there has to be someone has to have made a meme at some point, right? They have to. Anyway, for guests, we've got Derek J. White coming, who is the lead character designer on Transformers Animated. You may remember that show; it was fairly popular and well received.
He has magnificent jumpers.
He does. He's a nice guy. He's Mr. White. We also have for her first appearance, Marlene Aragon.
Aragorn?
Maybe. That's pretty Marlene
Aragon, yeah.
That's a badass last name.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's related to the Return of the King. Obvious joke, but I don't care. She was the voice of Elita 1 in the episode where Elita 1 was. You know that one.
Female Autobots.
Yep, that's her. And we also have John Moron.
Jason Marnocha.
Jason
Marnocha,
Marnocha. Who's the voice of Megatron in Combiner Wars and the Machinima trilogy, as we call
The
it.
best thing about those 3 shows.
Yes. Yes, we're hands down. You know, no competition.
I would actually like him to do the role again in a different capacity.
Yeah, maybe not that Megatron, but you could use his voice. Would he be a better choice than? No offense to the guy who's doing Megatron for Cyberverse, but would he be a better voice for that Megatron? I don't know because I haven't seen enough of that Megatron to really make a judgment call.
I don't know. Because every time I picture that Megatron, who I kind of like actually, I think the guy did a decent job. But I feel like his performance is a bit inspired by Jason's. But every time I picture him, every single time, all I can see is there will be war. And he does the bloody flexes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I see.
That was, yeah.
Why? This was a dramatic scene. Why were you flexing?
Someone made a poor choice. Well, from my perspective, made a poor choice.
Poorly.
Mm.
So I'm going to yell out the count, and Andy, I'm going to yell out the names, and you do the count, Andy. Okay?
Oh, this sounds hard. Okay, let me get my bit of paper. I got it.
Ready?
Yep.
Alan Oppenheimer.
Uh-huh.
Arthur Burkhart.
Uh-huh.
Bill Ratner.
Uh-huh.
Clive Revel.
Uh-huh.
Dan Gilvezan.
Uh-huh.
Danny Mann.
Uh-huh.
Darren Norris.
Uh-huh.
David Kay.
Uh-huh.
David Sobolov.
Uh-huh.
Greg Berger.
Uh-huh.
Jack Angel.
Uh-huh.
Jerry Hauser.
Yes.
John Bailey.
Yes.
Laurie Fauzo.
Yes.
Michael Bell.
Yes.
Michael Horton.
Mm.
Melinda Britt.
Oh, yes.
Morgan Lofting.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Ross.
Ooh.
Paul Aiding.
What?
Peter Renaday.
Hey.
Bill Forster.
You what?
Jim Sorensen.
Oh.
Bob Skirt.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Malik.
Oh, boy.
David Wise.
Okay.
Don Glutt,
Yes, yes.
Flint Dilley,
Oh, no.
Margaret Scott,
Oh, yes.
Marty Eisenberg,
Oh.
Ron Friedman,
Mm.
Alex Milne,
Mm.
Casey Collar,
No.
Eric Siebelneighbor,
Oh.
Jack Lawrence,
Yes.
Josh Burcham,
Okay.
Josh Perez,
Uh-huh.
Sarah Pieta Durocher,
Mm-hmm.
Jason Minocha,
Yes.
Marlene Aragon,
Yes.
and the Eric J. Wyatt.
Okay.
Whew, how'd we do?
3, 4, 41 is what I
Jesus
count.
Christ!
Unless I made a mistake somewhere along the road, that's 41 guests.
Oh, and there's been a cancellation.
40 guests.
No, still 41 because the cancellation is Marcelo Mattia.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But
he didn't
it says
count.
at the bottom. It says at the bottom, Andy. Many more guests to be announced.
There can't be. There's not enough people in Transformers to have anybody else. You know, we keep harping on the joke, but I think it's relevant. Like it's great, but is there enough time to see all of these guests? Like, legitimately, because I don't think they're all going to be there for the entire time. Not all of them.
No,
surely.
some of them are only days. I think Sobolov's only a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got like signing times and stuff up here.
I feel bad for the people that who, you know, when they go to a convention, their thing for the convention is to see guests and get autographs. They're gonna have a fucking rough time.
Especially, like, they've got prices for some of them for the autographs, and oh boy, Alan Oppenheimer is nuts.
Oh, really? Well,
$50.
I'm not super surprised because he's Skeletor and a lot of other like high end voices.
But like
I
the
suppose,
average
but...
price is like 30.
Oh, so he's bumping his price up for sure.
Yeah, Darren Norris is 25. What's Greg's? Greg's is 40.
Oh, okay.
But I don't mind that. It's Greg. But yeah, like none of that's just the voice actors are all like they've got the autograph sessions and photos and voice recordings and everything else.
Yeah.
Michael Bell's quite expensive, but also Michael Bell's lovely. So
I think those they're going to be cleaning up. Take a lot of money if you're going and you want to see all the guests. Jesus.
Seriously, if you are a big guest person, make sure to bring almost a separate set of cash for that because it is a lot.
Yeah.
The comic people and the writers and stuff, they don't have any pricings listed. But throw money at Margaret's head, see what happens.
There literally
I don't think anything will happen.
There can't be any more. I guess, Mikey, because it's in 5 days' time as of this recording.
They could still do it. They've got 5 days. They could still do it.
Many more to come, Mikey. 5 days. Jesus. Well, that's it. That's all of our Transformers news for this week, Mr. Mikey. It's a quickie. So as ever, I'm gonna put you down in a chair, tie you to the chair, hammer your hands and feet into the floor and the chair itself, and ask you what you've been up to this week. What you done for fun?
Oh, God. Forgot to watch Rise of the Shield Hero this week.
Which would have been episode 9, yes?
I believe so, I just forgot, to be honest.
More giant chicken fun.
Everyone loves the giant chicken.
Giant chicken.
Watched episode 25.
So we're over halfway through now, right?
The show is starting to lose me again.
That's not good. This is sounding very much like Ghost in a lot of ways.
I don't know, but I know Decade's coming back in an episode or two.
So you're hoping it'll pick up again from that point.
Yeah, and I know Gates Revive is being introduced, which has been the form everyone's talking about because he'll use it to kill Geo.
Is this the one where he's got an orange torso? Because I've seen the photo of that.
I don't like that design.
I like his blue version a bit more.
Yeah, I think the idea is that the orange opens up.
Yeah, it looked like it.
But he looks a bit like an acorn and not in the cool way.
Oh, I saw it as the Terry's chocolate orange. But this is from a Sodo sticker sheet, so it's hard to really visualize it as a real thing.
They've introduced another Geo, who looks like he'll be the mid-season villain.
Okay.
So I suspect he's going to be around for a while. And basically he can turn into the other riders if he steals the powers from the old hosts.
Oh.
But
so he's like an evil Decade in a sense.
Basically. And Gates is still I'm not sure I want to kill the guy I'm supposed to kill. And Tsukiyomi has now gone completely you're going to kill him, right? I know I came back in time specifically so you wouldn't kill him, but you're going to kill him, right? I don't like at all the turn of her character, because it's annoying me because I say this all the time, like, I see what they were trying to do, but her character has been such a nothing through this series that it's even more artificial than what it feels like.
Is she and Arataki?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, not... At least I know, like, she's got the markings of where her plot's supposed to go. It's just badly executed, in my opinion. Waz is still fun. The Wazes, the double Wazes. Kamen Rider Waz and White Waz and Black Waz and all the Wazes.
No Waz, no.
There's many Wazes. Yeah. But, yeah. So I'm not really crazy about it right now. We'll see. We're getting towards final form territory. If I would see after build, I would say there's no idea when they'll bring in the final form, but Geo is very standard in its design and execution.
Yes.
So I think it's probably going to be around episode 32.
Not too far off then, only a few weeks or so.
Yeah, I feel like Geo 2, the form that, like, it's definitely the best looking one in the show, is probably not going to have very long of mattering.
Right.
I don't think I mentioned this last week. I also watched the Kamen Rider Craw's New World movie.
No, you didn't mention that.
So that got subbed. It's been out for a while, but it got subbed finally. It ain't too bad. It's not brilliant.
Oh.
But it isn't shabby. It's a bit rushed. It's got pacing issues more than anything else. Which really hurt it when it has a character who's the new love interest for Ryuga, and her love interest element comes in the last minute and a half. Not kidding about that. She's there for the whole thing, but it's just like, and suddenly she fancies him, and it's just like, but the action is decent. The last fight has the wrong kind of wire work, but the action is overall decent. Characters are fun in this. Ryuga is a little overplayed at times, but he's fun, he's enjoyable. We do get more world building and more like what Evolt has been doing to him since he was a child, and it's, you know, Evolt's actually a character in this again. And it's interesting because they're like, oh, enemy, he's the enemy of your enemy kind of thing, but here's a couple of reminders that he's a shithead. Right. Like, we're not trying to make him look like, oh, he's going to be redeemed. No, he pulled bad shit. Also, I will say the ending is just like, and this is the end of Kamen Rider Build. That's not a happy ending. That's an ominous, doom-filled ending of, what? We're going, no, why are we ending like this is a good thing? None of this is very, 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 very bad. Very bad. Are you familiar with the word bad? We also get the bromance is strong once again, which also I think led to Sento appearing in this way more than any other primary writer would in a spin-off sequel movie. Okay. Because usually they don't have a big role. Like, M had the biggest one before this, and he was only in a few minutes. Sento's in this a lot. He doesn't transform, and there's a story reason for it, but he's in it quite a bit. And he is in it basically because, like, you can't do a series about Cross without having the bromance. Yeah. The shipping is real, because even the writers are doing the shipping right now.
Oh, no.
Grease and Rogue are fun in this. They're quite fun. And the new form, Kamen Rider Cross Evolve. Considering it's basically just a repaint of two suits with a new helmet, I actually really like the look of it.
Oh, good.
Like, it looks really fun. I like how the toy works. And yeah, it's just a nice looking design. The villain is hilarious. The villain is the largest of hams. Like, his walk is something else. He does not walk in a straight line, Andy. He flounces in a straight line.
Really? Oh.
Yes. It's fun. It works in context. It's like the guy playing him is so overacting. He's crossed the threshold. So it's just like, okay, I dig it. You're fine. I like it.
You're fine.
You're fine. I will allow this. But like, it's not a brilliant movie, but considering that sometimes these movies can suck, this was decent.
Neat.
They don't always suck. Some of them are quite good. But this was one of the ones I would put in a nice, decent middle ground of, it's fine. It's fun enough, you know?
Yeah. Not one that you'd say you have to go out and watch kind of deal.
No. You'll basically, if you want to see anything, see the clips, I would say. Unless you're really into it.
Okay.
Like I said, I would say try and find the ending just because, like, that's not a happy ending.
Yeah.
Just trying to organize things in my head. We had 2 finales this week.
Oh?
First up, we had Tokusatsu Ga 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 episode 7.
Boo!
I'm not a happy camper.
Ah. Did it end well, though?
It ended well.
Oh.
It
I mean,
ended
that's
well,
good, but no.
with heart and psychology and meaning and history, and I didn't cry. You can't prove a damn thing about me watching a girl in her teens watching a show about a giant robot man saying that he's going away now, because touching upon the fact that for children, when they get really into one of these characters, they go away after a year.
Yeah, Mikey, children do that.
Yeah,
No one
only
else.
the children. Only, and it's not touching on the fact that those the characters on some level will be with you for your life, and maybe something will trigger you one day where these guys will matter again. It's not, no feelings.
Hey, Mikey,
No,
how
fine.
about that Blade ending?
Hey, nothing bad. It's
Noth-
just a TV show, Andy. It's just a TV show.
He didn't go and live on his own forever to have a miserable life to save the entire planet, did he? Oh,
Andy,
God.
It's a TV show. None of it's a TV show for kids. Nothing bad happens. None of it matters. It goes
Oh,
away after
God.
you. We never think about it again. Fine.
Oh,
Kota
God.
is fine on his planet.
He loves it there.
Kaito is...
A good boy who had a happy end.
Yes.
Nothing went wrong for Kaito.
Nothing bad happened.
His life
ever.
was joyful.
Ankh is
Alive
Good.
and well.
doing well.
Living in an ice cream factory. Living his best life. Jesus Christ. Oh, it hurts.
So yeah, I want an Emma Jason figure. I really, 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 really want an Emma Jason figure because I think he's
neat.
become my favorite now. Because there's this moment because they touch on the fact that her mother drove her out of it for a good few years when she was a child, and she just stumbles upon an opportunity to get back into it, and the way they handle it, and just like. I'd love to see a main Sentai or Toku or something end this way where the character has to go like, I know I'm going away and I'm afraid you're going to forget me.
Oh, yeah.
Because
that'd be
Emma
really
Jason
sad.
is afraid, like, he's going to go into hiding
Mhm.
and he thinks that when he comes back, everyone will have forgotten about him if he's
Oh,
alive.
God.
And I just like, don't do that to me. It's a comedy show. I'm supposed to be laughing.
Jesus.
And they touch on the mother and how, yes, she did hard. They never justify the stuff she did.
Well, that's good at least.
They
That
explain
'cause
her
that was a worry.
perspective. They explain her perspective and why she thought she was doing the right thing. But at no point is the show making it out like she did the right thing.
Good.
It's just like, it's going to end in a reconciliation because of course it is.
Well, yeah.
But the way to handle it is not like, it's not like, well, I get that you meant we're doing the best for me, and really I think it's fine. Which, considering how episode 6 ends, I don't think you could pull off.
No, probably not.
No. But no, it's a real fucking strong show.
Good.
Real strong show.
I wonder if we'll get a second season or if it's just a one-hit wonder kind of thing, like it's a
I don't know.
one-season thing.
I mean, there's clearly enough material,
Mm.
but I don't know. I know that the manga is still using the same Toku characters,
Right.
and this episode does end on saying like, and now we have the last episode of Yusho 1. So if they'd have to invent new characters, maybe use the same scenarios, but I really want figures of those guys. Like, I'm not kidding. I need some merch of Emma Jason, or at least him. Like, maybe, probably Tariger or something like that, but if figure arts of someone could touch in this, or Sodo, I would be a happy camper.
What about the bad guy? Shogun something?
Oh my god, I rewatched some stuff during the week and he just like, when he first shows up, Jusho on, I look forward to going shopping with you soon. Yeah, I want him. Basically those are just like, their win all round, they're all great.
Mhm.
Great show. Seriously, if you are a nerd, you owe it to yourself to watch this show. Doesn't matter how you do it.
I'm looking forward to watching the last 2 episodes. I didn't watch episode 6. I was like, okay, I'll just save myself until it's all done. Then I can watch it in a big lump if I want to.
I would say take a break after episode 6 and 7 because it's quite heavy.
Yeah, well, I'll have
Take
to
a
after
half hour
7.
off.
7's done. No more.
Yeah, but no, I mean like after 6, between
Yes.
6 and 7, like go for a walk. The other show that ended was Genlock, episode 8 of season 1, so that wrapped up. That was a good ending. That was a real good ending. That was an ending.
What, sorry?
Genlock.
Oh, Genlock. Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
sorry.
the Rooster Teeth thingamabob.
I burped in the middle of it. So, the talking, not the show. But yeah, that was a good ending. I feel like I should have seen that coming, but I didn't.
Okay.
Because they do set something up that pays off. Real good action, good character moments, good emotion, some sadness. Not a lot of sadness. There's actually more. This is much more of a hopeful, upbeat episode.
Okay.
Which, considering what the show did to you for 3 or 4 episodes, is absolutely fine. Definitely set up for a season 2, but it's not like there's 2 hooks for a season 2, but they're not boomf, and we're ending on a cliffhanger. Like, it ends. There is a beginning, middle, end to this season 1, which works. Characters are all in real good places. I'm really liking it. I really want to see more. I don't know what else to say on this show without going into massive spoilers. And I think it's only 8 episodes. People should absolutely watch it if you're into mech shows.
Right.
It's real good. It's real damn good. Real good. Sometimes you will need subtitles on because one of the characters, the way they do vocal effects, it's kind of hard to see them or hear them. So if you can't hear what they're saying, just have the subtitles on when they're talking. Or if you're watching through other means, ask someone who's watching it on the website.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. What else? There was another. Oh, I ended up watching a Mazinger thing during the week. I watched the Mazinger Infinity movie, which came out last year.
Right.
It's pretty standard, like Nagai story. It's set in like Mazinger's been kind of retired, but great Mazinger's still out there. And bad guys show up, and then there's a big fight between the bad guys and a new character introduced. It kind of has a bit of a Guy final with some of the character work.
Okay.
And then basically the last half of it is one massive fight with occasional character moments. And it's fun. Like, the action animation is really well done. Real well done. It's CG, of course, because these days most mech shows are partially CG.
Yeah.
But, they have frame rates and things like that. It's not polygon. So it's fun. I'm not saying it's go out there and watch it, but it's fun. If you're not interested in seeing the whole movie, definitely want to see the action scenes from. There's also a fun bit where he's fighting Baron Ashura and someone else. I'm not up enough on Mazinger villains, but it's a guy whose head is not attached to his body, but is flying around independently.
He's got the monocle. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But there's a good fight between them. Did I do any other TV stuff of note? Not leaping out to me. But I did watch a couple of playthroughs of something. First of all, very quick one. I watched a playthrough of a game called Until Dawn.
Yes, that's pretty old at this point.
Yeah,
I was not a fan of it from when I watched a walkthrough of it.
So, because when it came out, I remember seeing huge praise.
Yeah, same.
Huge. Like, best game of the year, completely reinvented gaming. Oh my god, what an experience, blah blah. So I decided I don't have a PlayStation at the moment, so I went back and just watched the playthrough. Ain't great.
No, I didn't think so.
The visuals that got really praised are really uncanny valley. Everyone's lips are too puffed.
I didn't think the visuals were awful because it's not a new game at this point. It's
no. What I mean is, like, they've gotten like photorealistic faces, but they're all wrong. Like,
it is very obviously a video game and not a.
But they've
super
got
well done.
It's this weird thing where the lips all seem a bit too big.
Okay,
that's what drew my eye, and the eyes are the wrong size. And again, considering they're scanned off of real people.
Yeah.
The writing. Oh, no.
No.
Like, they wanted to touch on the schlocky horror genre.
They went schlocky, that's for sure.
They went bad, and then the villain character, when they're revealed, they go from, relatable on some level, despite the fact they once said the line, party like a porn star, to just this, like, I'm trying to do the Joker, but I'm not. He's real bad. And I didn't like the psychiatrist scenes, and the guy looks weird.
Yeah.
His head's the wrong shape, and I've seen the actor. His head's not really that shape, but he's got this weird overemphasis on his lip. Like, the lips and the mouths on this thing were really distracting. And, like, the writing in that was just kind of... And also the gameplay. It's just... I don't know why this was considered revolutionary. Because it's just a Telltale game.
Yeah.
And... Like, apart from getting who lives and who dies, there's very little influence you have on the overall story.
Yep.
It's a super Telltale game.
I made these points to people who bought the game and I talked to, and they were like, no, you're wrong. I was like, okay.
You're not, Andy. You're really not.
So.
Because there's not multiple endings from what I can see.
There's
There's
people
just
told me the
different
word, and I was like,
scenes
I don't think
where
so.
people talk,
Yep.
but the ending's completely the same.
Yeah.
Like, there's one thing that changes majorly, which is what happens to one character if they survive to the end. Like, one thing. And the rest is just really not... The writing was so bad at times. Like, I got more enjoyment out of the playthrough, the guy doing the playthrough, his reactions from it. Because he was kind of into it, because he's... And so he got someone killed, and he got really pissed off he got them killed.
Right.
So that was fun enough, but Jesus. The other thing I watched, which if I had any other option at the moment, I wouldn't have watched.
Okay.
I would have held off on, but at the moment I don't have the option, and I don't know when I will have the option, and I wanted to see what this was like. So I watched a full playthrough of Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, you've done all of it? Who did you watch?
What was his name? Maximilian something.
Oh, yeah. If I was going to watch anyone, it would be Maximilian play it. He's a fun guy.
He was into it.
Yeah, Max. Like when Max gets into stuff, he gets into stuff, and he's a big Capcom kind of fan, and he's pretty. I'm guessing he got the combat down pretty well by the end of the game. Like I'm sure he was doing some pretty good stuff, right?
I looked at his leading up to this. He played through all the original 3 games.
Yep.
So
he did.
Yeah, so I think at least for Dante, he was pretty down.
Yeah.
Presumably he's played 4, so he knows about Nero as well.
He also played the beta demo of 5 when it was out, so he had a little bit of an idea for Nero.
Yeah, but I've got to say this looks real damn solid.
Yeah, it does.
The gameplay,
How's
the
the
reviews
story?
are...
How do you review this? How do you say the story stacks up against the other Devil May Cries?
Not as good as 3, better than 1, 2, or 4.
Well,
I like the stories. Because the stories are never about the stories for me. Because
two's shit,
2,
though.
Okay, 2's not a story.
No,
but 2's not a Devil May Cry either.
And it's garbage.
Basically there are 2 worse Devil May Cry games. One is a Devil May Cry that's got a number after it. One is a Devil May Cry that doesn't have a number after it, and they're both terribly written.
DMC had good combat though, which is the really irritating
True, it
thing.
had decent combat.
Yeah.
It had broken systems.
Oh yeah.
And it was way too easy.
Yeah.
But the writing in that game was shocking.
Yeah.
And when people tell me, "Oh my god, at least the writing stood up," I'm just like,
"Shh, no, go to
what?
sleep."
Go no, because, and Jesus Christ, I didn't like when I played this game relatively recently. I didn't see this, right? Until I just checked. I didn't notice this in the game, but at the end of it, when he's going off with the girl, and it's like, "Oh, I'm going to be the hero now," blah blah blah. He slides his hand over her ass.
Oh really?
I'd never noticed that when I played the game, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, I fucking hate you."
Smooth criminal.
No, asshole. Fucking asshole. But yeah, I like the story in 5 quite a bit. It's all character focused. Like the basic story is fight evil, beat evil.
Okay, yeah.
But there's a lot of character work with V and Nero. Dante gets a good bit. Dante's in a little bit of denial for a lot of this.
Right.
So it's a lot of those 3 characters bouncing off each other and bouncing off the main villain, and I think it works quite well. And then I like the progression of the story. I like the story reveals. It is chock-a-block with continuity. Like everything from the novels to the anime to the games, everything is referenced. Everything is referenced bar number 2. Which
I wonder why.
They have you have an option to see history of DMC.
Yeah.
And your man played it, so I watched it, and it was just like, the anime gets longer in it than DMC2. DMC2 gets, and Dante met Lucia, and then humanity was saved.
Yeah,
moving on.
To be fair, that's the story of that game, in fairness.
Morrison and Patty from the anime are in it. The gunsmiths from the novels are referenced.
Oh, wow.
Dante's alias from the novel is referenced. But no one talks about DMC2. But it is mentioned somewhere because there's a prequel novel that has Lucia in it. But I read the summary of the whole book the day before yesterday because it's in Japanese and I don't think it's been translated yet. And Lucia's thing is basically she's been kind of pining for Dante and he's just not comfortable with it.
No, he likes girls to look like his mum.
He's not comfortable with that either, to be honest. Like, despite the fact there's a scene where it's just like, Dante, you don't do that.
No,
Dante,
bad
don't do
Dante.
that. That's your mum.
Kind of.
That at least looks like your mum.
Yeah,
You should be a lot more shamed by this.
Technically not his mum, but close
Be
enough to
shamed.
the point where it's not right. it's wrong.
Be shamed.
Yep.
But yeah, I like there's some good reveals as well. I think the story is well constructed. It doesn't have a lot of surprise, but I think it's pretty well put together.
Okay.
Also, Nico I'm a little bit in love.
It seems like she's becoming best girl of Devil May Cry.
I'm a little bit in love.
Oh.
She's quite the Southern belle. She is also basically the sister Nero never knew he wanted, and possibly still doesn't want. They are constantly at each other. Constantly. She has the best scenes in the ending. She's real fun. She seems to have a bit of a thing for Lady.
Oh,
and possibly Dante.
Okay.
So there is a threesome in her future if she's very lucky. But she's real fun. And yeah, we find the answer to what happens if Dante gets a weapon and other people are in the room.
They die?
No, you know how whenever he gets a weapon, he always acts like a complete knob?
Oh, yeah.
Like, wah, wah, swings it around his head. We find out what happens. He's usually on his own when that happens.
No, that's true, yeah.
We find out what happens when other people are in the room and he's doing that.
Ah, cool.
Because he does do that in... Like, it's the cutscene that is going round, shall we say. Like, it's kind of hard to avoid.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one go up.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good, I have to say. I really want to play this game. I really want to get some money, get myself sorted, and get playing this game and a bunch of other ones, but this is kind of the top of my list at the moment because I have been a Devil May Cry fanboy since the first time I got a PlayStation 2 because it was the first game I had. And this series means a lot to me, and DMC and DMC2 were personal attacks upon my person.
Yes, that makes sense.
So it's nice to see it back. It's nice to see like people are putting fucking effort into the narrative. It's nice to see that the game is getting good reviews. I would be very happy to see a Devil May Cry 6. I would assume it would basically be a Nero-only game, though. But we'll
I would
see.
imagine with the seeming popularity of this release, I'd be surprised if they didn't do it. Now they just need to focus on making a decent Street Fighter again.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're also going to be getting DLC for this. So
and a Mega Man. Another full-on Mega Man is probably like, if they do that, then
Mega Man's
Capcom
in
will
this
call
game.
it. Is it? Oh, well, I know you could get like a DLC blaster cannon arm thingy.
Jesus Christ! Because everyone who seems to have been streaming this has been getting the DLC packs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And just there is one arm in there for Nero, and it's just like, oh my god. What's it called? Sweet Surrender? Have you seen this?
No, I don't think so.
It's a white arm. It has no combat functions.
Okay.
But it can heal you, right?
Okay.
And it's when you turn it on, the hand is just moving up and down constantly.
Right.
And when you get the arm, there's usually a quote, and the quote here is, "Well, this'll make her happy," if you know what I mean. And then I saw the character profile for that they have in like the screen, and it's just like, what was it? I made this for Nero so he can make his lady feel good. It's nice and soft for massages and everything else. It's got a vibration function.
Good on you, Nico.
Good. Nico is awesome.
She's
man.
trying to help Nero out in his dating life. Oh, is Kyrie mentioned? Is that a name?
She has a vocal appearance, but she does not appear on screen.
Okay, so she's not dead, basically. Okay.
No. Patty's in there as well, but she's also...
Who's Patty?
Patty is the girl from the anime.
Okay, I couldn't remember because I hated the anime.
She is vocal only. I'm the only person in the world who likes Patty. The anime isn't great, but I do like Patty.
I don't, to be honest, I don't remember her. I just remember distinctly not liking the anime because it was boring.
Yeah, it is boring looking back on it. One of those ones I was really trying hard to love.
Oh yeah, understandable. You know, it's Devil May Cry. You want to love it, but it's just...
Morrison from the anime is in it as well, and he's actually in it quite a bit, but he's had quite a few changes, which I am not going to touch on because it will set off a firestorm of angry people.
Oh, okay.
But Patty had, like, she's on the phone at one point, which was real fun. But, yeah, and there is a Devil May Cry Netflix series coming, so I'm curious, because everything else has been in continuity, apparently.
Yeah,
even when you thought it...
it's been done by the guy that did Castlevania, from what I remember, right?
Yeah, so I'm curious
could be
to
good.
see what they're going to do. Is it presumably it will tie in again.
Yeah,
Because
will it be
apparently-
before? Will it be after?
Yeah. But it turns out Devil May Cry has much tighter continuity than you might think.
Yeah, somehow I think someone just decided to stitch it all together, though.
There's
more so than
somewhere John
anything.
Barber was like, I've gotten a phone call, I need to go. Why? I'm going to Japan. What for? I can't tell you.
I have work. My people need me.
But yeah, that was kind of that was really the big thing. I was just like, oh, I want to play that game.
No.
Andy, what about you? What was your week like?
It's not been quite as exciting as yours from the sounds of things. I've been doing. I did some more painting. I've got one of my Stormcast dudes nearly done, so he's for the most part blocked up with colours and whatnot. I just need to go around, tidy up some other stuff, plug on his sword onto his back, paint his staff, and then do some edge highlighting. Then I can move on to do the other two.
You gonna make him an edge lord, or are we just highlighting edges?
We're just highlighting edges, just to give that shiny sparkle.
Give him really dark under eyes.
No, like doing heads is fucking atrociously difficult. Like I tried to do it off the guide on YouTube, which is you this won't make sense to a huge amount of people, but it says paint the skin with a paint called Bugman's Glow, then hit it with a wash called Reikland Flesh Shade to give it, the darker tones and whatnot to show the recesses. Then go over that with a different kind of fleshy color, and leave specific areas where you can see the darker recesses. That's the bit I cannot do. So my way to get around that was just painted the flesh color and then put the shade over the top, and that did it. And I was like, okay, that's good enough for me because I just can't bloody do these faces, and it was annoying me. It's like doing human faces is just not fun. People I've seen said online, unless they have really big bulgy eyes, don't even bother trying to paint the eyes because it'll just be a pain in the ass for you and everybody else. So I was like, yeah, let's not do that. I did some. Did I watch anything new? I saw my buddy Matt. He came round, so we went to woods near my house this time round. We went to woods and had a walk around there, and he nearly fell in the river, and I nearly fell in the puddle. And he tried to climb a wall and couldn't, and I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't try and do that.
Did you push him?
No.
Would you tell me if you had?
Maybe not. He did ask, like, if he fell into the river, if I would have helped him, and I would have said I would have got wet. So, what am I to do? I don't want to get
I'd have been a
wet.
bit damp, mate.
If I get in there, I'll be wet. So,
I mean, I'd be soggy, and then we'd have to dry me off.
yeah, by that time you'd be dead.
Yeah, I mean, plus, you have to wait until I'd heat it up right, because, it's going to be cold, so I'm going to take my time going in.
Who would be the real victim at that point, Mikey? Me or him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's a reasonable response.
I thought so. That's what I told him anyway. So we did that. I watched because I was interested because I saw some little clips of it. I was like, all right, we'll give it a try. Kaguya-sama wa Koku Satari or something like that, which is Love is War.
Love is War. I haven't heard of that one.
Yes, it's basically a anime where two tsunderes, a guy and a girl, are trying to get the upper hand on the other and get the other one to confess to the other. Because the one who confesses their love shows weakness and is the dominated one in the relationship. So they're trying to trick
You
each other
will be
into
the bottom.
They're trying to trick each other into the situation where the other one will reveal their feelings because they're like, I wouldn't date him, but if they got on their hands and knees and begged to go out with me, I might consider going out with them, I suppose. Blush. And it's structured much like a
Blush. Did I say
Blush?
blush?
It's structured like a comedy show, so you get like little 15-minute segments of like, they've got some movie tickets. Is one of them going to invite the other one, and etc. etc. So I've only watched one episode of that, and I was like, oh, this is fun. It's not one of those deep engaging animes or anything like that is going to make you really think, But it's like, oh, these are some fun little situations that might make you smile. So I thought, that'd be nice. That'd be some fun times, I think. Did I get up to anything else? Played a bit more Battlefleet Gothic Armada. And decided to go back and do some of the achievement clearing up on Dark Souls 2. Not a huge amount, just a little bit here and there. That's been the week, really. Oh, when we went round to my friend Chris's yesterday, we finished hardcore mode on Resident Evil 2, which was fun. So we did Kureru, and now we're doing a B plot with Lennon Kennedy.
Have ye played as Tofu yet?
No, Chris hasn't unlocked it from doing what's his name, Hunk, and he has no interest in playing as Tofu because there's no achievement. I was like, okay.
But you must be Tofu.
I did like the look of Tofu.
You must play as Tofu. It's Tofu.
It is. I did make this I did raise this question though when we were around to Dave's watching him play it. I raised the question, why do the zombies want to eat tofu? And he said, well, because they're hungry. And I went, well, that's fair enough. But is covered...
vegan.
No, that's not the reason why I was confused. Because you start off the run in a sewage system, which, sewage water. So it's poo-flavored tofu, because it's been, absorbing the flavors of poo. So why does a zombie want to eat poo tofu, Mikey?
Presumably they eat intestines.
Well, I suppose that's true.
And
you've got me there.
A long history of zoology and ecology, animals tend to actually try to eat the poo.
Oh, that's weird.
It's got nutrients.
So
sometimes they'll just take the intestines and run with that. They'll leave the rat.
I'll have the poo.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Sometimes they go in through the back hole, eating the poo as they go up.
That's not... all right. I'm not saying we're a more civilized species, but...
Then there's the cattle mutilations, but that's a different thing.
Yay! But yeah, that's as far as I'm aware. I don't know why I'm looking around the room. I haven't got anything.
Who is in here?
Who's in here? I did actually decide to pick up as a little tester the Weizhang, but not classed as Weizhang dive bomb because apparently they're doing Predator King. I went back to AliExpress, which was the website where I get these
original takes,
dodgy Chinese things from.
You and literally everyone else who's not on Third Toys.
Exactly.
Because Third Toys has crap quality stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I went back and they gave me like a $4 voucher, so I got it like with money off, so it was £9. So I was like, even if I don't like it, it's £9.
Right.
Whatever. Sure. I'll give it a whirly bird. Because, as I said to you, Mikey, like, you can find that figure. If it's not discounted, the full price of Predator King for Power of the Primes was £160, which was a tad expensive, while I can spend £9 on Dive Bomb and maybe a little bit more on each of them, probably equating up to about £50 or so. That seems much more like a reasonable request for an offer for a figure like that. I might get it and hate it, though, so who knows? We'll see in time, I guess. Well, Mr. Mikey, I think that's where we're going to have to end the podcast, because there's nothing else, and I don't think I've done anything else of worth mentioning.
I had a heart attack when I saw that Zangetsu news.
Oh, the one where is that a movie thing?
Stage show.
Oh, really?
Which is getting
Weird.
a DVD release, which means we're going to probably be able to get a fan subbed release.
Weird. That's odd, just doing like a... Because
it's a full stage play. It's a full stage play. Gena Urabachi isn't writing, but he's involved in the writer supervision. They've got the actor back. He's the only returning actor from what I know. So it's I don't know what age group it's aimed at, though. So I'm just like, the people who want to see a Gaim stage play are probably at that age where they would not mind the blood.
Yeah.
Right now. Or at least like they're 10 and they're saying like, I could totally watch this with blood. But it's I've never heard of them doing something like this, because they do stage shows and they're always part of the "we're saying goodbye now" thing. But yeah, and he's getting a ride watch as well.
Oh, okay.
And a figure art.
Huh.
And it looks like there's going to be repainted suits in there, so you're going to get figure arts of them as well. But yeah, Kamen Rider Zangetsu Kachidoki Arms.
Do you think this will mean they'll do more stage play stuff releases in the future?
I'd be up for it if we get mad figures out of it, yeah.
Because it is the first time they've done it, right? Because usually that stuff's lost to the edges of time.
Yeah, first time, and certainly the first time they've made figure merchandise for it.
Yeah, weird. All right.
I've never heard of them doing that before.
No, me neither. Maybe we could get the full Nico gamer writer person.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
Mm.
Right, well, Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Pele. You can find me on YouTube as GevilV3. Something just said beep. Why did you say beep? I'm not rescuing anything.
The bomb is set.
I don't want to let them die.
Jesus.
They've done nothing for me.
Oh, man.
You can find me on YouTube as GevilV3. You can contact us via our Twitter, which is at the Moonbase2. You can also send us feedback at the on the Moonbase2 email, which is themoonbase2@gmail.com. And you can also, if you're on Patreon, you can also send us feedback there. And there's also Facebook and other places we will basically talk to you if you talk to us.
Woo.
Andy, what about yourself?
You can find me on Twitter as CCTFW, on YouTube, subscriber command at TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, we're on Twitter, at iTunes, we're on Facebook, we're on Libsyn, we're on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transforms Podcast, which you'll know if you're watching this podcast from there. Yay, you already know that. Hello. And you can find my nonsense and woo-woo on the ccbunker.weebly.com. And if you want to head over to patreon.com and do $2 each month, you can get the extended version from the Files of Teletron 2. And you also get it a week early. You also get any other extras we do a week early compared to regular listeners. And you also get the special show for the Patreon only, which is Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about non-transformery things. And we also got a message from Tentomon4 over the Patreon. So you can contact us through Patreon that way as well if you want. So he goes, yo, firstly, don't worry, Mikey, I love Atomic Robo. Remember when the Cyber T-Rex spat tiny pistols into its tiny claws?
That was the best trial.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was the best courtroom drama.
Okay, that makes sense. That's I was worried I was reading that incorrectly. I was like, this doesn't seem to make sense. Okay, that was awesome. But I am the only one who thinks that... am I the only one who thinks that YouTube poops are an underestimated art form? Underrated art form?
Would have to ask what a YouTube poop is.
I've heard of
Is
the
this me
term
showing my
before.
internet age?
Yeah, it might be, because I have heard of it before, but I really can't recall what it is.
YouTube poop.
Discounting the ear ruining and seizure making, of course.
Right,
Makers, of course.
YouTube poop Spingville.
Because those are lazy next to the truly fun weirdness and remixes lately.
Oh my god, I'm fucking deaf.
Was it a wee bit on the loud side?
What the hell? Okay, so there's some redubbing and there's some blowing out your ears noises.
Mm.
What? This is something I'd have to dedicate time to. What? What do you do with your free time, man?
Memes.
I think that's it. I think it's weird meme stuff. Or it's weird meme originators.
Nothing but memes.
Meme
lords. Right, well... I don't know what a YouTube poop is, but it sounds like Mikey is going to spot me for this. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Thank you for the question, or the comment at least.
So, yes, you are the only one, because I didn't know what they were until now, and now they've attacked me physically and emotionally.
Yep, and maybe we're just too old and don't know these things. That could also be a fact.
Cut to Tentamon, he's like 82. He's like, you're just not down with the kids.
Oh, man.
Yep.
He'd
Get
be
off me lawn.
Rockin' old dude. That'd be ace.
Oh, man, punk hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Like,
full on Mohawk style. Fuck yeah.
Painted eyes, everything.
Well, until next week, everybody. Hopefully we'll actually have... Well, we should have some news, because TFCon will have happened, so there'll be something.
Hopefully.
In theory. So until then, everybody, we will catch you next week.
Be well, idiots.